and welcome to Word of the Day Wednesdays. My apologies, the last couple weeks I've been slipping, y'all. I've been up here not doing these Word of the Day Wednesdays on time. You guys know I like to stick to a timed schedule. So I finally made it on time. It is 5 o'clock on Wednesday. So welcome. My name is Nicole D. Miller. I am the author of When Love Wins. When Love Wins is a tale of two young female cousins with a rift in their relationship. When Natalie, the faith-based social justice advocate writer, loses her mom, she moves in with her cousin Ashley, featured here on the front page. Ashley is the urban socialite, fashionista, a little bit snobby, but instead of a warm welcome, Natalie gets an icy cold one from Ashley, who is not feeling that her ex, Darren, is feeling Natalie. But is there more to the story? Of course there is. This novel deals with hope, sisterhood, and love, but it also has some drama, contemporary urban culture, definitely dealing with some heavy topics such as depression, anxiety, cutting that we don't really talk about in the Black community, as well as parent absenteeism, childhood trauma, and grief recovery. To learn more, visit whenlovewins.love. All right, let's get started. So every week, as you guys know, I do Word of the Day Wednesdays where I piggyback off of my latest blog. The blog I wrote this week is called Running By Faith. I know it can get a little bit confusing because one of the blogs I recently wrote was called Running Again, where I detail my journey with running and how I'm actually physically running again. But Running By Faith is a depiction of what's been happening with me spiritually. And if you followed my blog for any length of time, you kind of know that I'm a goal achiever, and as being a goal achiever, you kind of always need something driving you forward, right? But the way God has dealt with me is that there's been specific lulls in specifically my career, but also in my personal life, and those lulls have slowed me down. Funny enough, I was talking to one of my really close friends about the way I'm wired, because she and I are like on extreme opposite ends in this area. She takes her time. She's very deliberate in her thought processing, whereas I'm very efficient is how I would describe it. It's not that I don't go through my process. I just go through it faster, right? But the issue is that, and this is what God has dealt with me on, is that I can make mistakes or miss the mark because I'm moving too fast. And so I could see the value in being slowed down in my life journey, being slowed down enough to write. The thing about writing and completing a book project like this, and I'm working on 2 other books right now as we speak, is you need time and you don't always get everything right away. So sometimes you get an idea and you might know the end goal and you might know the outcome, but all of the details and the meat doesn't come till later. So that's why when you're writing, most of the process is editing. Like, you can have the idea, you can have a great story, but if you want it to be at a top tier level, you're going to edit. And so When Love Wins, I actually edited for a whole year, but that's a whole other story because that was my first novel. I didn't know what I was doing. Now I know. Hopefully it won't take that long with the second one. But my point is, with my blog, Running By Faith, I use the analogy of running to kind of just depict the life journey. And I just talk about how you can be so goal-oriented, you're trying to get to the end goal, but then you miss these mile markers along the way. And I make a statement like, even at mile 2, there are people struggling behind you at mile 1. So there's always someone coming from behind you, right? So there's always someone you can encourage. Even in my own journey, I've received significant encouragement the last week, and it was all kind of crammed together, and from people that I highly value or esteem. And when that happens, hey Tracy, when that happens, it's just a reminder to me to keep going, to keep pushing, to get to that next mile marker, even if it's not the end goal. And because I am driven in type A, I need that. I need that encouragement. And I think all dreamers do. I actually was just watching Tyler Perry's documentary, Maxine's son. I think it's Maxine's baby. And it was really good, and it blew me away. And if you know any of his story, you know he had a horrible childhood, like just trauma upon trauma. But look at where he is now, like scaled the heights of that, did more than the average person, let alone someone from his background. But it really was having to believe outside of himself. And one of the things he said in the documentary was, he used to say, I'm going to be friends with Oprah. This is a kid from the hood, like struggling in this abusive, traumatic household. believing to be friends with the most powerful black woman in the world. Like, okay, you gonna be friends with her? But guess what? It happened, and she became his mentor. And I just felt challenged, even in my own belief system of my own thinking. Like, well, why not? You know, people have believed for more who've had less, right? So that's kind of where I am in my journey. But with the blog, it really is encouragement for you, the reader, and for myself, the writer, to keep going, to keep moving forward, even when we can't see it, especially when we can't see it. And those of us who are dreamers, to understand, like, it's a dream for a reason. And this is a word I actually gave a friend recently who's another writer, is dreams were made to manifest. And don't take that because I'm going to do something with it. But dreams are made to manifest. And just switching our thinking around that can really esteem us to move forward in purpose. So check out the blog at NicoleDMiller.com. If you guys have been following me at all, you know Girl Talk is coming up. It is happening. I had an amazing conversation last night with one of our panelists, Dr. Shamara Hutchins. She is hilarious, you guys. Like, you have to check out that talk. If you missed it, go on my YouTube channel. Both her and Butters are now uploaded. So go to my YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to my newsletter, because my newsletter gives you all the tea, all the goods, all the updates with Nicole D. Miller. And so we have Girl Talk coming up. It is coming up December 17th on a Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. $5, y'all. $5 RSVP. If you know somebody who needs this topic, tell them. It is dealing with grief at the holidays. So definitely a heavy hitter. One of the things Butter said in our live was that one of the things she likes about Girl Talk, and especially with this topic, is you'll find other people with the same experience or similar experiences. So during the holiday season, we have a mixture of emotions. You know, I love to celebrate. So y'all can probably see my little decorations, and if you're on Facebook, you can see my little tree in the back. I love to decorate, but it is still a difficult time for me. It has been since 2006, since my grandmother transitioned. So it's just been a fight. But I understand that it's like that for so many people. And because it's like that for so many people, that means if we come together, it won't be as hard, right? It's still going to be difficult, but it's not going to be as bad. Come, you'll find a Me Too shared experience. Sorry, I just got kicked off of IG Live, Facebook. That's why I'm leaning over trying to get back to Instagram. But if you come, you'll find a shared Me Too experience. You'll find other people who understand what you're going through. Sorry about that. I keep getting kicked off. You'll find other people who know what you're going through, and you'll have resources in hand to kind of tackle the season ahead. So that's all I have to say about that. Thank you for tuning in to Word of the Day Wednesdays. And hopefully I will see you at the next Girl Talk.